Hi, it's Lori, Armchair Chef. Welcome to my channel. A lot of people have been coming by to see my stuff, and I'm doing more crochet, which is why there wasn't so much going up. I did a little bit more crochet, and I didn't get my packages that I expected. So, I am going to put up a WIP and FO, maybe? I'm not sure. Well, yeah, FO and WIPs. Um, Show you what I've been working on. So sometimes it's like shopping for Christmas in July. I just don't stop. I just keep going. There's never an end to it until the gift is given. So until the project's done, there's always a chance I can add to it. That's just what I do. It's weird. I I sometimes just keep going. That's just it. So this will be for my Armchair Chef Crochets channel. I have a playlist for shopping, for taste testing, for postal tips because I'm a 20-year postal worker. So every once in a while something comes up and I talk about it to let you know some tips or ideas on how to mail a package, what to look for when you get your package, how to find a package, how to find a zip code, just whatever things that I see people not. There's no education. The post office does not educate the public. I had this conversation with somebody the other night. The stuff we get, it's just amazing. It's like, but how are they supposed to learn? How did you learn? How did you learn to do mail a letter? How did you learn to address something? School, way back. They don't do that anymore, do they? Young people, how do they learn to do mail? Because eventually you need to do it, eventually, if you ever want to send somebody something. So, how do people learn these things? Post office isn't educating anybody. I never see any commercials telling people what to do. That's why I thought, well, maybe I can just add a playlist on here to give people the little tips and education that they need to help make their post office mailing successful. Because, yeah, I mailed out like 200 packages and I never got one complaint about my package. And and I did prefer the boxes over the poly bags because I noticed just when I was packing my stuff, they would stretch and end up with a hole in them. And I think that's where a lot of people get into trouble with packages. Hobie. How many times have you gotten a Hobie bag and it's been opened and reclosed or ripped and taped? They're using the bags. They're lighter because they have to send it. It is lighter for the shipping. It's virtually waterproof. Um, so okay, I'm I have a lot of stuff on my channel. I eat, I shop, I cook, I talk a lot. I have dogs that sometimes pop up in my videos. So this is going to be something that I've made. So I have my mystery yarn challenge that I've done for October, and I have made two things already, and I was working on a third. So let me show you. I got some yarn, which I got some purples and white and variegated. And so what I did was, at the time, I was making a bunch of divine hat. And so I decided, well, let me make another divine hat. So I made a divine hat, a little different. I put I had glitter yarn. I put the glitter around the bottom, and I did I did two together, I think. Yeah, I did the purple and the white together, and then I switched it further down to the variegated and the white. So they started at different sections. So all the yarn's in there now. And then I thought, oh well, you know what? I was getting pretty good at making flowers that I put on the dog sweaters. So I made a couple flowers, and I found where I could make one really big and one smaller. And then I had these buttons, so I stuck it on here with a button, and the button kind of matches the blue color. But I put it in a spot in the middle, so if I wear it that way, you can see white and purple. And if I wear it this way, you see the blue and the purple. So I thought that was kind of cool. It's kind of like a two. Or I can wear it, you know, right in the middle. And then you get them both. Like a unicorn. So this one was finished. The glitter yarn around the edge. So I used everything in that one. And it fits. And I didn't do the 3 rows around the edge. And it fit perfect. So I then found a pattern that made triangles. It was a connect as you go, but it was like triangles to make a scarf. You made kind of these triangles, and then you connected them as you went. So I thought, well, that'll be kind of cool. I don't want to make it too long. I thought, well, I can make a hat like that. And so I started doing it, and it's like, my thought pattern, I didn't want to make it real long, and I didn't want to make it long. I only did 12, so I couldn't make it longer, but I could make it wider. So what I ended up doing is sewing it together with some puff stitches to make a cowl, and just doing the 4 different yarns that I had. And so this would be a cowl, I guess, or somebody has a bun. No. Would be like a cowl to wear. You could fold it, I guess, but it's not, you know, it's not real warm, and it's not warm all the time where I live. So, and this one ended up with some blue in it. So I've got that, the cowl, the hat, and then, wait, there's more. I decided that's only 2. Let me keep going. So I found another pattern, and it was crystals. It was her chevron, and I thought, well, I like to do, I really like chevrons, but it was the one where she does it's open and then it's closed, and it's open and then it's closed. And I started doing that, where you see it's open and then it's closed, and it's open and it's closed. But I was getting into trouble counting. I was having problems with it. So apparently there was too much thinking involved for me to just mindlessly do this while I was doing other things. So I switched it to something from Fiber Spider that's all open, and you crochet into the spaces. So that's what I switched it to. And then the next 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, I did that. So that's what I'm going to do the rest of it. And then when I get back to the other end and decide to stop, I'm going to go back and do this, so it looks the same on both sides. And I probably won't have a border around this one unless it's just the sides. I'm not going to fill it in the pointy part, the chevron part. So I'll probably just put something on the edges. But yeah, this is going up nice. And I just I did the glitter. I've got the glitter yarn going, and then I just mixed up some of the other colors inside the glitter yarn, and it looks really nice. But I did end this one off. Not sure if I wanted to keep going or if I wanted to make a scarf out of it. So let me see. Not sure if I wanted to make it a blanket or what. So let me see how it looks as a scarf. It's not very long, but I think long enough for a scarf. Not too bad. It could be a scarf. But see, that's the thing. I start making something, and either I don't want to keep going or I want to keep going and adding to it. So yeah, this could be something where, you know, you just kind of put it here under your jacket and you have something. But I'd rather have something like on the arms. There's one that goes over your arms too, and you can put it under your jacket so that it keeps you a little warmer. But yeah, it's nice. It all matches. And then as I look at this stuff, I'm thinking, what could I make it into? Like if I attached it here, attached it there. Like this one was supposed to be bigger, and I ended up not making it bigger. I just stopped at the 4 because I thought, well, I don't want to keep going, and then it's going to be too big to do anything. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I even like it. I like the way that it crochets up. You do a bunch of chains, and then you just do one side, and then you do the other side. It's very cool. So it is make it a little awkward when the yarn's different. This one's ends up being a little thicker than the other one, so I doubled it up because it was a thinner yarn. The variegated was thin. So let me show you the other one I've been working on. I've been working on it for a very long time because Nan's Next Knots had a crochet along, not the one they're doing now that's not Nan, the one that they did before that was the real Nan. And I started a scarf. I started a blanket and I started a scarf. And this is the part that I started as the scarf. My colors, I decided to do a browns and blues. So I just went, and then she drew the numbers, and I ended up getting this much done. I got that much done. Well, I just picked it back up, and I said, well, let me use those colors and finish it. But I didn't want to just randomly do 1 or 2 rows. It was just, I didn't like all these little loose ends. So what I did was I just went ahead and took a color and made 10 rows. And this ended up being just like kind of a normal granny, which was kind of weird because I couldn't remember what stitch I did or what size or anything. So I did this one, and then I did that color, and this was another color, and I did 10 rows of each. And then this was another color that I was using, and then this was a different color I was using, and this was a different color I was using, and then this was from September's mystery yarn project, but it was blue, so I said I can use that, so I used that one. And this also was from September's mystery yarn project, so I used that one. Then I said, oh, I've got this, so I did this, but I had to modify the stitch to only do 2 in the shell because it was thicker. So, and it's real puffy. This is the stuff that I used on a basket weave that I made that didn't turn out right. And then I decided I was going to make this long enough I'm going to put pockets. So I used this in just a moss stitch to do the pocket. So the pocket's going to go down like this. And it's going to be at the end. Just so it's going to go around my shoulders and down, and my hands will be able to go in the pockets. So the other side, I decided to do a puzzle. This is a puzzle bundle. I don't know what the color was, but it went from a blue to a pink. So I used this one with the moss stitch to do a pocket on this side. Well, the stuff on this side was looser and stretchier than the other side. So I wanted to make sure the pocket was dense so there wasn't a lot of holes in it. And then I started doing a border around in the value tweed, the purple. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm just doing 1 single crochet all the way around just to give it like a little finished look. And this one was very thick. This one I ended up making too many or something, and it puffed out, and I should have done 2s instead of 3s probably. But yeah, so this one's going, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the whole thing in this, then I'm going to sew up my pockets. And I'm not quite sure yet. But I think I want to put a hood on it because it's not very long. I mean, it's not very wide to go on your shoulders like this. So I'm thinking if I can get a hood on it, it will stay on, and I could like just do one of these numbers and have my hood if I want it, when I wear the hood. So I could do that, or tie it up like that or whatever. But then I'll have an extra hood instead of like just using this. I'm going to attach a hood onto it because there's tutorials out there for just doing the hoods, and I've seen a couple already. So I can sew it onto this, or I can do it separately and connect it. But yeah, this is the WIP. This is the one I actually been working on because I got all that length finished this week. So I have that over here. And so yep, that's what I'm working on. I do think I want to add more onto this. I kind of wanted to make this a blanket. I did make it wide enough so that I could use it for me on the couch. And I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. But I don't know. I want to add other stuff into it. So it's going to have other stuff besides my mystery yarn. So I'm thinking I'll just leave it a scarf for my mystery yarn challenge. Then after the challenge, I'll just, keep going. Or I'll take the pictures up with it being done, and then I'll just continue doing it with other colors that I want to make a blanket. So I thought that would be good because I don't need nothing real heavy here. But this is nice just to throw on if I got a chill on my feet or something. And it's purple. I like purple. So, and I like this chevron. So I wanted to do something in that. So the one that I'm doing from Fiber Spider doesn't take as much thinking because you just go into the spaces. It's very mindless. And the one that Crystal did is beautiful, but I was having trouble. I'd have to take stuff out because I went too far. So there was too much thinking involved for what I wanted to do with it. So yeah, I had to switch it over to the other one. But when I get to the other side, I'll do those. That way it'll match. I know I've already said that. Okay. I'm putting this up right now and today, and I have, let's see if you can see it. I have Hobie. Joann's, Lion Brand, 2 Mary Maxim, and a mystery box from our favorite Nicole in Hawaii. I've got all that to open up. That's a lot of the stuff I was waiting for that I had not gotten. And then I've had some car issues and different things happening. So I've got a three-day weekend, and I'm going to do all that recording right now. And that way I'll have a chance to put them up and then do some other things. So thanks for watching. These are my projects. And if you have any insights, any suggestions on anything, let me know, because I'm always willing to take a different perspective to brainstorm something. I love that. That's how a lot of us find out ways to do our projects better, to brainstorm with each other. You guys have been coming up with some really gorgeous stuff, and I'm just basically doing hats and scarves. Well, I did make dog jackets, but yeah, it's okay. And I found a home for my triangle baby blanket. A guy at work had adopted a dog from his mother-in-law, and it's a toy Shih Tzu, I believe. It's very small. So my dogs have way too many blankets, but since it turned into a triangle, can't really gift it to anybody. But a dog would really enjoy it. So I asked him if I could give him this blanket that's not perfect. He said sure. So I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna wash it, rinse it out, and pack that up and take it so he can give it to his dog. It's that real cushy cover story yarn. I think she's gonna love it. Her name's Molly, so she's so cute. And so thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'm gonna have some more yarn content coming very soon. Bye.